well for pets. Um, you're a dog rescuer. I mean, you've stumbled into that because
Yeah.
the need was there. Tell us about the organizations that actually do this, rescue dogs and try to connect with families.
Okay. The Bulldog Rescue in Long Island, New York. It's run by a woman named Lorette. She has got to be one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, and she is so good at providing for all these dogs that just end up being dumped on her place. That's where we got Brody. Mark made the 7-hour drive down to go pick him up and bring him home. He's helped place a few of her dogs. And then out of New Jersey, we have the French Bulldog Rescue Network, which is run by a woman named Joan. And that's where the little guy who's not with us today, he's at home because he's not well behaved enough yet. That dog was on the euthanasia list as well. And he's just amazing, though. Like, she was crying when I was telling her about how happy he is. A friend of mine walked in the door, and I thought, oh no, because he took off, ran straight for the door, and my friend hadn't met him, and I hadn't introduced them, and I was like, oh no, what's going to happen? And he started jumping up and down. I put it on my Facebook, I think, jumping up and down, greeting him, and he was doing backflips and everything. And I went and grabbed my phone so I could take a video and put it up, and he was just so excited. And I couldn't believe how happy this little dog was. This was a dog that spent almost 2 years in a pen.
Wow. The whole notion of rescuing, of course, is what's saving these pets and connecting them to families that will look after them. You mentioned the American locations for the Bulldog and for the Catahoulas. Are they breed specific, or do they deal with everybody?
Many
all sorts of breeds.
Well, there are some that deal with all breeds. Like, you'll get the Big Dog Rescue, which is in the U.S., and they'll take any large breed dog that comes their way. Then you'll have the MIA Foundation, and they deal with dogs that are born with cleft palates, encephalitis, or sorry, not encephalitis, hydroceles, like where their head is. Hydrocephalitis, that's what it is. And minor deformities. You've got panda paws, which has a lot of dogs that just end up there, but they're really good at dealing with dogs that are born without limbs. Like, some of the boxers are born without their front legs, and they have a dog there in particular named Duncan Lou. He's got no back legs. He had to have them removed because they were born fused together. These people rely on donations from generous people to help them fund the operations necessary so that these dogs can actually live a life. And we just don't have the same network up here in Canada.
But I was going to ask that. What's the closest that we've got to a rescue organization in Canada? I think you were mentioning there's something in Kitchener.
Yeah, we've got Last Chance in Kitchener. What I tried to do is I tried to find rescues out here that I could help by working with the dogs and helping them place them. But I couldn't find anything out here. So I literally have to go to the States to help take their dogs to bring them up here, to find them homes up here, because I just couldn't find them. And even in the US, they told me, oh, we've got an affiliate here in Canada. How far away is that from you? So it's mind-boggling that we don't do as much for our pets as they do there. The other thing, too, is jail sentences for abuse for animals. The maximum here, I don't know if you're aware of the cat in, Joe the cat in Sarnia?
No.
He was shot 17 times in the head with a pellet gun by a 19-year-old.
Just for the fun of it?
Just for the fun of it.
And what happened to the 19-year-old?
Well, it's still going to court, but the maximum that he'll get is 2 years.
And in the States?
15. The maximum would be 15.
There are some people who advocate that animals should have rights, and that those rights should be embedded in law. Would you agree?